Dot school presents rational and irrational numbers. A rational number is a number that can be written as a over b, that is as a fraction, where a and b are integers and b is not equal to 0. A number that cannot be written in this form is called an irrational number. You just have an IR before the rational. Let's talk about rational numbers first. We have mentioned that b cannot be equal to 0. The question is, can a be equal to 0? So what happens to a fraction when the numerator of the fraction is 0? Let's say 0 over 1 or 0 over any other number. That's equal to 0. Therefore, 0 is a rational number that can be written in that form, 0 over 1. Or for that matter, 0 over anything other than 0. Now why can't b be equal to 0? Just think, can we have a fraction that's got a numerator that's not equal to 0, let's say 1, and the denominator is 0? Recall that a fraction bar is nothing but a division. Therefore, this amounts to saying 1 divided with 0, and as you probably already know, division with 0 is not allowed. Therefore, b, which is the denominator in the fraction, can never be equal to 0. Let's look at some examples of rational numbers. 2/3, 7/10, 16/5. These are all rational numbers. How about 2 over 2? Is that rational or is that irrational? Well, it simplifies to 1, but that takes me back to the underlined portion in the definition. Anything that can be written as a over b. It can be equal to anything, doesn't matter. But it can be written in the form of a over b, where b, the denominator, is not 0. Therefore, this also qualifies as a rational number. To decide if a number is rational or not, you shouldn't bother about what it simplifies to. If the given number can be written as a fraction with a non-zero integer denominator, it qualifies as rational. How about the number 1? You probably already know. As I said, 1 can be written as 2 over 2, can be written as 3 over 3. 1 can be written as any number over itself. As long as we are not using 0, 1 is also a rational number. And by the way, 0 over 0 is not 1. It's undefined. Division with 0 is not defined in math. Let's keep that in mind. A number over itself is always 1, provided that number is not 0. How about the number 5? Or for that matter, the number 10, let's say, any integer number. Well, 5 can be written as 5 over 1. 10 can be written as 10 over 1. And 1 is not equal to 0. Therefore, they are both rational numbers. In fact, all integer numbers are rational because you can always write a number as the number over 1. How about a negative number like negative 3? Well, negative 3 is equal to negative 3 over 1, is equal to negative 6 over 2. Therefore, negative integers are also rational numbers. Integers, positive or negative, are always rational. Irrational numbers, on the other hand, are roots that cannot be simplified. For example, square root of 6. We cannot simplify square root of 6, and we cannot write that as an integer over another integer. Cube root of 10 is another example of an irrational number, and so on. Decimal numbers that neither terminate nor repeat any specific pattern after the decimal point are also irrational. A great example of an irrational number is pi, written as pi, represented by the Greek alphabet pi, that we use a lot in geometry.